Hello, welcome to my channel. Thanks for checking out the video. My name is Chris. We talk all about koi ponds and waterfalls and everything here on this channel. I've got a ton of videos for you guys. I've been in business for over 25 years, and my whole purpose with all this is basically just to share what I've learned and my experiences with you guys to help you out. So you can be more successful with your ponds, whether you're building one or you already have one and you want to learn more about it. I'm here to help. So again, thank you for checking out the video. Subscribe to the channel. I've got a ton of videos here. I got about 90 videos so far for you guys, all different topics, as well as a new website called pondscapesandmore.com. So www.pondscapesandmore, all one word, .com. Check it out. I've got a ton of articles and reviews, pictures and videos. I have stuff with landscaping stuff. I have a section for attracting and feeding wild birds. I got all kinds of stuff on this channel, which I think is really pretty cool, so I'd be glad if you can check it out. Alright, so today's video, we're doing another video about pond filtration. I do have several videos here on the channel about the topics. I have a video on gravity-fed filters, which is what I do, what I have been doing for 25 years. I haven't built a pond without bottom drains and a gravity-fed filter system. I never put rock and gravel on the bottom of my ponds, which is a whole nother video that you might want to check out, because there's a lot of cool, interesting points in that video about the differences between the two types of ponds. I also have videos on bead filters, on UV lights. I have video on the different types of filtration, the differences between mechanical, biological, chemical filtration even, and like the nitrogen cycle, things like that. Today's video, we're doing something a little bit crazy that I've been thinking about, and that is basically just answering a question: how crazy do we need to get with our filter systems? Okay. And this comes to mind recently because, I just thought about some of these people that I've met over the years who, are real koi enthusiasts, and they're hobbyists. They love the koi ponds as well as I do. It's definitely always been a hobby of mine. It's something that I'm really interested in and I enjoy a lot. And I just happen to turn it into a business. But, I definitely share that passion for koi ponds and waterfalls, that a lot of people have. It's just sometimes I think we go a little overboard, all right? What's really necessary, okay? We have people out here who are trying to build a really nice pond, yet keep it on a budget, right? We don't have $1 million to spend, right? We want to build a nice pond in our backyards that we can enjoy, have some fish, some, maybe water lilies, some flowers in it, around it, whatever. And that's awesome. But how much do we need to spend on that filter system to do that, okay? And then we have, like I said, right, the koi enthusiasts that, man, I gotta have the biggest, best, newest, hottest filter system, pumps, everything out there, okay? Now, like I said, for me, I've been building ponds for over 25 years, and I do them all with 4-inch bottom drains, and I gravity feed them into a tank in the ground. The water goes from the bottom drain through the 4-inch pipes into the tank. It comes up through some filter pads, and then I have a nylon mesh media bag with this ribbon material in it called biofil on top. From there, the pump pulls it out, goes through a UV light, and back to the pond. If I know I'm building a pond that has, or is going to have, a lot of big, large koi in it, I can add like an Aqua Ultraviolet Ultima 2 bead filter onto that, just for some extra biofiltration. So it'll go from the bottom drain into my gravity-fed filter, through the media there, where the water gets cleaned. Everything is removed out of the water right there. Then it goes to the pump, through the bead filter, through a UV light, and back. That's about as crazy as I get, okay? And it works, and it works beautifully, all right? This pond behind me, okay, this is a big pond that I did. This is 20,000 gallons. This is about 40 by 50 and about 4 feet deep. I run the same system on it, okay? Basically, it's just scaled up, all right? Instead of a small pond with one bottom drain and whatever, okay? This pond has 4 4-inch bottom drains, and it has two large skimmers, and each skimmer has 2 4-inch pipes, gravity feeding out of it into one big tank. So I have 8 4-inch pipes going into one big concrete tank. The tank is about 4 or 5 feet wide by about 6 7 feet long. Okay. So yeah, okay, 4 bottom drains, 2 big skimmers, all gravity fed into this tank. From there, I have 2 1 horsepower Performance Pro pumps that are about 13,000 gallons each, pulling out of that tank. One pump comes around to the back of the waterfall where I have a 30,000 gallon Aqua Ultraviolet Ultima 2 bead filter that has a 3-inch side mounted multi-valve, okay, really nice. And then to the waterfall, and then the other pump comes around and it's split in the back and it goes through 2 150 watt high output UV Pentair UV lights, okay, and then to the waterfall. So basically 4 bottom drains, 2 skimmers into one big tank, all filter pads and that ribbon material. 2 pumps pull it out. 1 pump goes through an aqua bead filter to the waterfall. 1 pump goes through 2 UV lights into the waterfall. Okay, now you can see here, this water is crystal clear. Okay, fish are all happy, healthy. It's beautiful. This system's been running now for, I want to say, at least 5 6 years. It's been incredible. It's an incredible pond. All right. Yeah, all right, I'm moving a lot of water, and I think that's the key, moving a lot of water, all right, turning that water volume over, having a filter system that's large enough to handle that water flow and adequately filter the water, okay. And I will say that my bead filter, my 30,000 bead filter there, I go once a month to clean these filters. When I backwash that bead filter, it's clean. There's like hardly anything coming out of it, any kind of dirt, muck, sludge, anything coming out of it, because all my garbage is settled in that big tank. Okay, the bottom of the pond is clean, nothing. Okay, really nice. Now over the years, like I said, you know, I've met a lot of really big koi enthusiasts, you know, and they have these ponds with these big fancy filter systems. And it just gets to a point where how much is really needed and how much is it more about bragging rights than it is its actual functionality, all right? You know, I met one guy, comes to mind years ago, that, you know, he had these big beautiful filters. I mean, they're awesome, all right? They're like fluidized bed filters where all these biological media is all like beads, is all, you know, bubbling and churning and all this, you know, there's air pumps in it, and it's awesome. Probably easy to clean, incredible biofiltration, okay? But these filters probably cost, you know, $6,000 to $7,000, $8,000 a piece. You know, is that really necessary, or is it more about the fact that when his buddies come over and the koi club people come over and he can say, hey, I've got the Bio 5000 series, you know, aqua, blah, 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 you know, and all the guys, oh, you know, yeah. What is it really about? Right? Does it work? Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. A lot of these big sophisticated filters are incredible. There's so much research and science and you know, production that goes into creating these and building them, right? Absolutely, they work, okay? But are they really necessary? Is it really that important? For me, I feel no, okay? I don't think you need to buy a $7,000 filter to keep your pond clean, okay? For me, a lot of the ponds that I build cost, you know, $7,000, $8,000, right? For smaller ponds, all right? And those clients are not going to turn around and spend $7,000 or $5,000 for a filter, okay? But again, is it necessary? I would have to say probably not, okay? Absolutely, have a great filter, all right? You need a filter. I'm 100% in support of having a really good filter. But how much beyond that do we need to go, all right? You know, how much is actually really necessary to keep your pond clean, happy, and healthy, all right? If you have the money and you know, you want the biggest, best, baddest filter system on the planet, hey, more power to you, you know. I'm a real believer that, you know, you can never over filter a pond. I mean, the bigger the better, okay? If you have a 1,000-gallon pond and you have a filter system that's turning over 4,000 gallons an hour, oh man, that's awesome. As long as that filter tank is able to handle that volume of water and clean your water, you know, effectively, okay? You know, pumping 4,000 gallons an hour through a shoebox isn't going to work too well, all right? So, yeah, I mean, it's just some food for thought here. I had another client who has, on the side of his pond, he has this stack of boxes that's a good, you know, 5 foot tall, all right? There's like 3 or 4 boxes here. And basically what it is the pipe comes up to the top of the box. There's like a plate on top of the, you know, whole unit that has all kinds of holes drilled in it. So as the water pours down on this plate, it drips down through all these holes, spreads the water out evenly. And the boxes are just filled with like a bio balls, just a biological, you know, filter media. And it goes from one box and then down into the next box, and then down in the next box, and then the next box, and then on the bottom it spills back to the pond. So this is something similar to what, you know, what I've seen and read about, you know, trickle filters, okay? Used in a lot of saltwater fish tanks. I used to have a saltwater tank, a 220-gallon saltwater fish tank. You know, I built a trickle filter system in the bottom, right? Same basic idea. There's other things called ammonia towers, all right, where basically you trickle the water down through all this bio, you know, media, bio balls, bio beads, whatever, and the bacteria on these beads removes the ammonia out of the water, and you know, having all these beads and the water flowing down through it, it's a very oxygen-rich environment, okay? And it works well. And that's basically what this thing was. But he's bragging about it. Yeah, I got this thing, I got a system, I got 4 of these things set up and blah, blah. And I'm thinking, like, why? You have like a huge bead filter system over here. You've got skimmers in the ponds. You've got all this stuff going on. You really need that? Okay? Plus, it's ugly. I don't want to see this big stack of, like, looks like a stack of Rubbermaid containers you buy at Walmart sitting on the side of your pond. Okay, does it work? Yeah, absolutely. All right, but is it necessary to spend thousands of dollars on that, or whatever he spent? I'm sure it wasn't cheap. Okay, so again, you know, how crazy do we need to get? We want to have an effective filter system to keep our pond nice and clean and healthy, right? But we don't need to spend tons of money just for bragging rights to have the biggest, baddest filter system available, okay? Believe me, a simple box, okay, with filter pads and media on the biomedia on the top will work just as well. It really does. Okay, there's an old saying, less is more. Sometimes that's really true. Less is more, okay? It just works. It just works. I've been doing this for 25 years. I build the same filters now that I did 25 years ago. And that's because it works. Okay, for me, it's a pretty cost-efficient system that is easy to maintain. It's reliable, and people are happy, and it works. So it works for me because I don't have to run there every other day and fix something or clean something or whatever. And it works for them because their ponds are kept really nice. So just some food for thought today. All right. Okay, so hey, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out what I have here, man. I got so many videos for you guys, and please take a look at my website. I've got a ton of stuff on there that I think is really cool. I've been putting a lot of hard work into it, so please check it out. Other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you again sometime soon in my next video. Take care, have a great day. Bye.